Hello and welcome back to the Lost Library in the continuing story of the life and suffering of Sir Brante. Here we are in Chapter 4, continuing A Rock and a Hard Place. So our wealth has dropped a little bit because of the expense to send Gloria to the resort town of Valona. 1139, 21 years old. The Archduke and the Overseer. Two powerful lords have been struggling for power in Megra for over 2 years now. The new overseer of the province, Gaius Tempest, cannot seem to rein in the obstinate spirit of Archduke Tarquinius Milanatus. Unwilling to accept that he is no longer the overseer of Megra, the Archduke still stubbornly continues to assert his right to rule the province. Most of the Megran gentry, who swore allegiance to him generations ago, remain loyal to him even now. Gaius Tempest has publicly demanded that the Archduke recognize the Overseer's rule as legitimate. Gaius Tempest. I am the voice and the will of Emperor Uther II in the province of Megra. All lands, deeds, and titles notwithstanding. Archduke Milanitis must obey his sovereign's will and heed his decree. I hereby extend to the Archduke an offer of peace. Should the Archduke cease his insubordination, his lands, deeds, and titles shall remain his own. The Archduke's response to the Overseer was openly defiant. Archduke Milanitis. Since the days of yore, the land of Megra has belonged to the Milanitis dynasty. We are part of the empire, and we are the emperor's loyal servants. However, our dynasty will not stand for such intrusion upon our lawful rights and privileges. Never before has an archduke been stripped of his right to represent the emperor's rule in his own province. So do not forget, Sir Overseer, that the highest noble families of Megra have sworn fealty to me alone. Neither the Archduke nor the Overseer will relent, but both are too powerful to be readily disposed of. The bad blood between the two Archnians has festered for too long, and the common people have begun to pay the price for their strife. Stripped of the Overseer's tax privileges, the Archduke Milanitis has decided to impose his own levy upon the citizens and villagers of Megra. The commoners are now forced to pay taxes twice, first to the Overseer and then to the Archduke. This double burden is too much for the common people of Megra to bear. Many have refused the second tax outright as a lawless measure, but the Imperial Legion, led by young Dorius Otten, is ruthless. Eagerly and without mercy, the Legion soldiers collect the Archduke's due in cities and villages alike. So the wealth of Megra is dropping. The respect for the law and stability of the order in the province has also dropped. Power, balance of power in Megra, and who rules the province has gone up by 1. Okay, interesting. A gift for the family. This last year has been an ordeal for your family. The pains taken to be ennobled by the sword, the close attention of the city aristocracy, the squabbles between Stefan and Gloria. Tonight, your preoccupied father has gathered the entire family around a table in the backyard. The sun has almost set, and there is a soft breeze. But instead of a meal in the open air, you are going to attend a family meeting. In the middle of the table, you see an open gilded box. It is full of jewels. Robert. Archduke Melanidas himself has bestowed this gift upon us. It is a surprise indeed. I thought you all had a right to know. Father unfolds a letter lying beside the box. From the Archduke. Sir Robert Brante, I bestow this precious box upon you and your family as a symbol of the care with which I treat the people of my province. Pray accept this gift, and remember with whom the loyalty of the true nobles of Magra lies. Archduke of Magra, Torturous of the Melanidas. The family stares in amazement at the jewels sparkling in the last rays of sunshine. Robert. It is quite worth a fortune, but the Archduke is fully aware that I am on the side of Prefect Elborn and Overseer Gaius Tempest. Could he really expect our loyalty to be bought so brazenly? On the other hand, the Archduke is not demanding anything of us, and our family has borne a lot of expenses recently. Father, no one is forcing you to side with Melanidas. Who are we in comparison to the Archduke, anyway? We must not anger him by refusing his gift. The jewels are certainly welcome. They are worthy of being shared with the best families of Anozat. They will pave our way to the nobility of the sword. Mother shakes her head glumly. Lydia. Oh, Robert, I have a feeling this gift bodes ill. It may be an impertinence on my part, but I do not want our family to be indebted to the Archduke. Gloria. Certainly not. Accepting gifts from Melanidas? He's infamous for oppressing the commoners and robbing villages blind with his taxes. Stefan. This isn't your decision, Gloria. It's a matter of our family's honor and reputation. Nathan. Please don't start bickering again. Let Jack say what he thinks we should do with this gift. You are the center of attention now. Your vote will be the deciding factor. Give the jewels to prominent nobles as gifts. Decline the gift, sell the jewels. You accept the jewels from the Archduke in order to sell them for a good price. Give the jewels to prominent nobles as gifts. Well, we could actually be doing the same thing. You accept the jewels from the Archduke. You and Stefan will give them away as gifts for the local nobility to gain their favor. You accept the jewels from the Archduke in order to sell them for a good price. What should we do? Sell the jewels or give the jewels to prominent nobles as gifts? Okay, let's look at our situation here. Let's look at our finances. The House of Brant, the family, the relations, the personality, map of empire, province. Okay, let's look at our House of Brant. Yeah, okay. So reputation, you know what? Our poverty. We're in poverty? No. That's not good. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to sell the jewels. You speak. You insist that the Archduke's jewels should not be declined, but they must not be given away either. Your family treasury needs an infusion of cash. The family's wealth is as important in the eyes of society as its noble reputation. Stefan. I don't know, Jack. Money comes and goes, but our family honor is here to stay. You object, reminding him that, in your own lifetime, the family has already fallen out of favor and risen again. For the nobles, a family's reputation is just another form of currency. Gloria. Is there truly nothing more important than money and reputation? Archduke Malenidas is a villain like no other. Our family ought to stay away from him. Robert. Simmer down, Gloria. I agree with Jack. Let it be so. I'll send a note to the Archduke expressing our humblest gratitude, but I'll also point out that I don't mean to change sides. I still serve my prefect and my overseer. In the meantime, Jack will see to the family coffers. You promptly take the precious box and go inside to start taking an inventory of the jewels. Mother, Gloria, and Nathan follow you with forlorn looks. You sell the jewels and easily amass a considerable sum. Your efforts have now ensured that the family treasury will not run short anytime soon. Okay, moderate means. We gotta build that up. Disagreements on how the family is getting along. Okay. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Let's keep going. Jack Brante, the Inquisitor. The Lautari Society. The Lautari Society. Another winter has come to Magra. It has been almost a year since your return home. The Order has gradually been gaining power and influence in Anazat. The Inquisition ward is no longer as deserted as it once was. It is now filled with the hushed voices of young Inquisitors and the heavy, echoing footfalls of the champions of faith. You and Jian are only assigned cases of low importance. Inquisitor Ulrich has taken it upon himself to investigate all cases related to Patriarch Cassius personally. Rarely, if ever, does Ulrich ask the two of you for assistance. But today, of all days, unexpectedly, he has requested a word with you. For the first time ever, you visit his cell, a spacious, yet aesthetically furnished room. Ulrich is sitting on a plain-looking stool behind a humble desk when you enter. A lash hangs on the wall across from you. There is a disturbing air about it. Father Ulrich. Inquisitor Jack, there is a certain special case I'd like to entrust to you. There is a society that exists in Anazat. They study the culture of the Lautari. It's an ancient civilization that is long extinct. This is a society only for nobles. Most of its members are young and carefree. You come from a noble family. You know their manners and their etiquette, which is why you will be going there. By the will of the twins, the parents of one such carefree young nobleman have found a book in his possession. It's an odd book indeed, and they brought it here. He points at a book lying on the desk in front of him. The front of the metal-bound tome bears an engraving. Vedas of the Lautari people. A translation by Master Newman, professor of the Imperial College. Father Ulrich. Upon his family's insistence, this noble, a young man by the name of Arnaud El Rancourt, paid us a visit. He claimed he had done nothing wrong and insisted that the Society's meetings are just like any other noble party. The only unusual thing about them is their theme. They read the poetry of an extinct civilization. They wear peculiar clothing. They hide their faces behind masks of gold, the same color as the skin of the Lautari. But but he let it slip that a certain mystery is about to take place at their next gathering. His explanation was quite incomprehensible, but the young Elran Court was very excited indeed. I convinced him to donate his invitation and mask to us. His codename is Aiel. This society has not gained much popularity just yet, but they must have a patron of considerable influence. What if Patriarch Cassius is the one behind it? And this society is what we have been warned about. One way or another, we must arrest the heretics and make Cassius pay for the allowing such a sect to exist. Your mission is to find out what they're up to. You must act quickly before they learn that we have El Rancourt. My squad of champions of faith will follow you. They will assist you in rounding up the apostates. You nod. At last, you finally have an important case to investigate. You recall the history books you read and studied long ago. The Latari were an old civilization, an ancient race of magic wielders who worshipped false gods and even enjoyed a brief alliance with the Empire. Around 200 years ago, the Latari disappeared from the face of the world, just like all the other lesser civilizations. Father Ulrich presents you with a gilded mask. The Society's meeting place is a noble mansion on the outskirts of Anazat. As you ride a carriage to the Latari Society, you lean back on the cushions and close your eyes. What do you know of this dead civilization? The most important thing you can remember is that the Latari believed that true existence was the product of their own will. They thought the world around them was an illusion, a dream of their own making. You cannot help but wince at the thought. The world was created by the will of the twins, not the will of mortal creatures. No wonder they rid the world of the Latari. The carriage stops. You meet with a small squad of the Champions of Faith in an alley near the mansion. The squad is led by one Captain David Agronum, a grizzled, muscled swordsman hailing from Archnia. His natural grim face is made even more hideous by a number of battle scars. David Agaranoman. Good evening, Inquisitor Brante. We'll be right nearby. Give us a sign, and we'll come to your aid. The mansion is large, but inconspicuous. You see noble carriages in the courtyard, many more than you had expected. The gatekeepers bow and open the gate as soon as they see you. It seems the mask is enough to convince them you belong inside. You are ushered into a dressing room of sorts. A change of clothes already awaits you inside. It is unlike any garment you have ever seen. A square of flowing, sparkling cloth with clasps and cords to keep it in place. The servants help you into this bizarre garb. You cannot help but feel rather silly and uneasy dressed like this. But on your chest behind the costume rests the symbol of the twins, filling you with strength. The Champions of Faith await nearby, ready to come to your aid. You can do this. Next, a large hall. The windows are covered in black cloth to keep prying eyes away. What seems at first to be a strange performance is playing out before your very eyes. You hear droning, unfamiliar music coming seemingly from nowhere. People fill the hall, dressed in flowing robes and delicate gilded masks with narrow slits for eyes. The people stand and move unexpectedly close to one another, their hands on each other's shoulders as they talk. You approach one of the groups, hoping to overhear the subject of their conversation, and almost recoil when several arms reach out at once, attempting to grasp you tenderly by the shoulder. Steeling yourself, you put a hand on another person's forearm. You do not remember the last time you allowed yourself to touch another human being. The masked people seem friendly and genial. No one appears surprised by your insecurity. They continue their conversations as they accept you into their circle. Their conversations are also quite out of the ordinary. You hear unfamiliar names, names that could belong to legendary heroes of the Latari or people here who have taken them as secret identities. You hear references to books you do not know and the emotions these people felt while reading them. You listen as though in a dream. You hear several voices singing in a distant corner of the room. There are no lyrics to the song. Each voice maintains its own note. Together, they form a tender, softly aching melody. The circle of people next to yours begins to move in a strange, slow dance. Their movements are unlike any dance you know. Their intertwined arms become an embrace, and that embrace then becomes intertwined arms yet again. You see golden faces moving all around, and you suddenly realize with perfect clarity that you are a part of this dance too. You are one of them, one with them. You are more than you have ever been before. It is so alluring. It is true greatness. It is power, limitless, endless power. Your back is perfectly straight now, your head held high, as though you have actually glimpsed another world through other eyes during the short time you have spent here. What other eyes? The eyes of a noble? The eyes of the Latari. The entire world is but the dream of the Latari. The symbol of the faith grows very warm beneath your clothing. It clears your mind and helps you break free from the illusion. You are here for a purpose. Without a sound, you mouth a prayer. The younger defender of the world, aid me so I may serve thee further. Bring order back into my soul. The elder, the spirit of truth and love, aid me so I may bear thy word further. Fill my mind with purpose. You hear whispers of admiration all around you. An Archnean woman of below average height, clad in a long cloak and a silver mask, descends the stairs into the hall. Oh, Lady Octavia has something truly special for tonight, says a voice next to you. And there she is, the secret patron of the Latari Society, Archduchess Octavia Milanitis, the Archduke's own daughter, Iris to the province of Magra. She smiles at everyone gathered here, her pitch black eyes surveying the hall. Octavia Milanitis. The Latari were a great civilization with a wondrous and beautiful culture. Their disappearance from the world is an immense tragedy. Thank you all for coming. We have been united by a shared aspiration to understand the culture of the Latari. We have learned so much already, but the mystery of the Circle of Latari remains inaccessible to us. Today, some of you shall aid me as we investigate this mystery. Please close your eyes and listen. The time is coming when what must be said, must be said. When the thought becomes the word, when the word becomes the world. Thus spake the Latari. And at this hour we have come together to form this circle, to make our thoughts reality. The Latari made us with the word, and with ourselves we shall make the world. Thus spake the Latari. Only that which is unchanging exists. Only that which is real is eternal. Motion is death. All that changes is an illusion that makes naught of aught. Thus spake the Latari. Only one thing in this world is unchanging, the Latari. The Latari is the world, for it is all that is real. Thus spake the Latari. As she speaks, Octavia moves elegantly through the crowded hall. Her words enchant and mesmerize. The people in the hall are swaying, seemingly entranced. Octavia stops and whispers something to several chosen members. They walk away, deeper into the mansion. Octavia approaches you as well. This close, you can smell her perfume. Come with us too, LL. The long hallway ends in a dark room. Octavia is the last to enter. Octavia. Enter the circle, O chosen ones, and join hands. Direct your thoughts and feelings towards the circle's center, towards me. Become one with me. Become one inside the circle. Become Latari. One of the people in the circle begins a droning melody. Others join in the song. Candles burn. There are strange, ritualistic symbols inscribed on the floor. You look at them closer. They depict colorful, intertwined dragons. A long, thin knife appears in Octavia's hands. Octavia. The gods are merciful to us, the Latari, their chosen kin. They granted us the sacred laws. The one true faith resides therein. We, Latari, were thus the first creations of immortal gods. The moon sees all it comes across, yet none are equal to our cause. Death is our enemy no more, eternal foe of mortal life. Should it come closer than before, then neither run to it nor hide. The tempo increases, the song becoming disjointed, chaotic, yet somehow orderly and right. The sacred symbol under your costume feels so hot, it burns your flesh. Something is happening, and it is offensive in the eyes of the twins. Octavia. So heed the law of Latari, one older than the very sky. He who wakes shall prosper, he who sleeps shall die. As she speaks these final words, Octavia Malanitis discards her cloak. She is naked, her beautiful body completely uncovered. The song reaches its climax. Those standing in the circle sway from side to side, their eyes rolled back. They are lost in a trance. Octavia holds the knife to her wrist. She pierces the skin, then makes a long cut along her arm. Bluish blood begins to trickle down her fingers and onto the floor. Octavia raises the knife above her other wrist. A moment more, and the ritual will reach its culmination. Should you intervene? Arrest the apostates. Preach to them. Well, you can't. You have to arrest the apostates. You rush out of the circle of Latari and call for the champions of faith. Ooh, yeah, we're going to make a move. We're going to make this move. Let's do it. Okay. You break free of the circle. Out of this house. The song behind you stops and dies. You hear bodies fall to the floor, one after another. Run. You have to run. You do not look back as you run outside. You rip the mask from your face and wave your arms. The champions of faith appear before you at once. Hurry! The house is full of apostates who must be arrested at once. The champions of faith storm the mansion. Some of the nobles make a futile attempt at resistance. Most surrender without a fight. You return to the dark room deep within the mansion. The ritual has been cut short. The people are still on the floor, collapsed, unconscious. Octavia Malanitis is on her knees, nude and bleeding. You clutch at a thin silver slab with a prayer to the elder etched into the metal. Twins, grant me the power of healing. As the slab dissolves in a silvery glow, light begins to emanate from your hands. The wounds on Octavia's body flash white. Slowly, they begin to knit. Octavia Malanitis is returned to her father. The Archduke of Magra expresses his profound gratitude to the Inquisition and promises to see to it personally that his progeny is returned to the faith. His dynasty now bears a mark of great shame. The other nobles await their execution, one by one, under the watchful eye of Inquisitor Ulrich. The wayward souls ascend the pyres to face the judgment of the twins. The Latari society quickly becomes the talk of the entire city. How could this have happened in Magra, of all places? Many turn to Patriarch Cassius for answers. For the first time in a long while, he has none. This marks the end of your first year back home. And look at this. The Inquisition power is strengthening. The Order is strengthening. Tolerance of faith. Okay, surveillance of faith represents how many people in the province accept new teachings about the twin gods. The higher this tolerance is, the harder it is. Okay, so we lost a little bit there, but we gained a little bit on Inquisition power. Good. Theology, good. We went up one more on theology. Gonna get to be an initiate soon. We're at 11 right now. We need to get to 13. And with that, I think we're going to end this part of Chapter 4, Year 1139, The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante. Jack Brante the Inquisitor will continue. I hope you're enjoying the story, and I will be back soon.